चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। यस्यान्तानादिमध्यं नहि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णानुभवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्रीनाकारं नाविकारं न हि जननिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहज समरसं सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि। Offer my namaskara to Sanatana Dharma, Shankaracharya and all my gurus and start today's session. I welcome you all. So let us start the session. We are already into Patanjali Yoga Sutra topic. Patanjali in the Atma Jnana, these sadhanas we have come. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we have already seen the 3 steps. Yama, niyama and asana we have seen. This pranayama is the 4th step. There are 8 steps are there in the Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So in the 8th step, this is the 4th step. 4th step is pranayama. 5th one is pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So like that, all the 8 pillars we will be going step by step. So today we are going to take pranayama. Pranayama is the word prana plus ayama. It is in Sanskrit prana plus ayama. Prana plus yama. It is not prana plus ayama. Prana is a universal energy. This is the cosmic energy. This prana, this is the prana. Ayama is the regulation of that cosmic energy. So we have to regulate the cosmic energy inside the body. So that is called pranayama. Breathing, normally what we are doing is not called as pranayama because it is automatically happening, involuntarily happening. So when you want to do something voluntarily, then only regulation comes. Regulation, when it comes, then it is called pranayama. So when we are doing normal breathing, it is called sahaja pranayama. So sahaja pranayama is more than sufficient for anything. But special pranayamas also there. It is all mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It is not mentioned by the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali Yoga Sutra about pranayama in the Sadhana Pada 49, 50 and 51 sutras only is talking about pranayama. So it is not talking about varieties of pranayama. It is only talking about what is the Sahaja Pranayama only is talking. But I will be telling the other special pranayamas which I mentioned in the Ashtanga Yoga. So in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, there are other pranayamas are mentioned. So similarly, asanas are not mentioned in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It is all subsequent texts are there. Similarly, here also pranayama is coming from the subsequent text. So we will be seeing briefly on that. I may not be able to teach you right now in this video classes, because in the video classes we need a cameraman and a high resolution camera in order to show the movements, and I should be ready and the cameraman should be there and live and all has to be done. But I will be talking detailedly about theory. Normally we are thinking that we are breathing normally. We are not breathing normally. Normal breathing is when the baby is born, it is breathing, that is normal, because the mind is not developed. It is not coming in the voluntary functions of the breathing. As we grow up, as our ego grows, so our priority of the mind becomes different. And it will be when the mind is thinking differently, even our voluntary functions becomes involuntary. Involuntary functions becomes totally out of control. If you see, some people may be breathing in only one nostril. Some people may be breathing shallow breathing, only on the chest breathing they are doing. Some people they are doing deep breathing. If you see the baby, the breathing, the stomach goes up and stomach comes down. That is how baby breathes. That is called normal breathing. That is called Sahaja Pranayama. So today we are only breathing from the chest because of this one. There is no deep breathing is not happening. So we are not doing even Sahaja Pranayama, which has been sent. God has factory setting he has done. He has said that also we are spoiled because of our likes and dislikes and food habits and lifestyle and all other unwanted priorities of life. So our Sahaja Pranayama is also not happening. So first and foremost, we should know how to do the Sahaja Pranayama and then go to other pranayamas. So normally some of the basics I will be telling. See, the right nostril is called, it is Ida, and the left nostril is called as Pingala, and the center one of the rib is there. A nerve is coming Nadi, that is called Sushumna Nadi. Ida Nadi,
Excuse
Pingala
me.
Nadi.
Left is called Ida and right is called Pingala.
Ida and Pingala and Sushumna Nadi is there. So this Nadi means there are 72,000 nadis are there. The prana is flowing in these 72,000 nadis. As you know, the blood vessels are there. There are 6,000 kilometer blood vessels are there in a human body. Though only 6 to 7 liters of blood is flowing, all the blood vessels, if you align in a single line, it will be 6,000 kilometers. It is said to be like that. Similarly, we have a neuro system is there, nervous system, that is also having so much 6,000 kilometer length system is there. The 72,000 nadis, you cannot find out any track is there. It is not there, but it is a pranic track. Automatically it is there. The pranic track in 72,000 nadis are going. It is going from the head to toe. So this is the important aspect of the pranic function. Prana is, it is not directly the air. We cannot talk breathing of the air itself is prana. Prana, in order to know that, we have to understand we have pancha koshas are there. The pancha koshas are, one is Annamaya kosha, first one. Second one is called Pranamaya Kosha. The third one is called Manomaya Kosha. And the fourth is called Vijnanamaya Kosha. Fifth is called as Anandamaya Kosha. See, this Annamaya, Pranamaya and Manomaya. These three koshas, first let us see that. Pranamaya is sandwiched between the Annamaya Kosha and the Manomaya Kosha. That means all the three are interrelated. If you touch one, that the other things also will get affected. So, for example, if I eat a chocolate or if I eat an ice cream, my breathing pattern automatically changes. So that means pranamaya kosha is also getting affected. My thinking process also changes just because of the food, the annamaya kosha. When I am managing with the annamaya kosha, when I am dealing with annamaya kosha, my pranamaya kosha is also getting affected and the manomaya kosha is also getting affected. The same thing happens when you do the pranamaya kosha, the proper pranic energy flow if you are making, the other two can be also made either improved or it can be destroyed also. Both possibilities are there. Similarly, manomaya kosha also, when you do, other two gets affected also. If you want to control, all the three you have to control. So, prana comes from food also. Especially sattvic food has got a prana, and all the cooked food wherever is there, it is a vegetarian based. So, because the animal based already animal is dead, whereas vegetables, it has a retention of the greens or whatever is there. So with that the prana is available. But even now, if the vegetables are cooked and after 4 hours, the prana is not there for the food also. That's why in the earlier days, prepare the food and immediately eat and close, not to carry forward even for the evening also. So they called it as muddy, mailge and tanglo, all these things they have called. In order to tell you this is very important, pranic sattva is there. When pranic sattva is there, only the food has to be taken. When pranic sattva is not there, if you keep it in a fridge for 1 week, it is only a physical matter is there. There is no prana is there in that food. It will not nourish your pranic energy. It will only make physical body or something like that. Pranic energy is the vital force for all our activities and all our personality. If we don't know how to manage the pranic energy, it is very difficult to build our personality properly, and we are not in our control. We are in control of something else, either in food or somebody's talk. If somebody scolds also, I will get upset. If I scold myself or talk to myself, and also I will get upset. So all the things are possible because the pranic flow is not happening properly. The God has sent us, given age according to our karma, whatever we are born in this. So you have to go to, age is not given in the number of years. So age is given in the number of breaths and number of heartbeats. So suppose if God has sent to you 1 lakh heartbeats, example I am giving you. So if you are spending very quickly, this is like an FD. If you are spending the FD, open the FD and spend like an SB and use all the money. So, and you will be very quickly also you can close the account. That possibility is also there. So it's the same thing, you only interest you are using and the FD you are keeping it as it is. As long as you want, you can do it also. So similarly, the number of breaths, how you use, how carefully you use becomes your age. So this is also having a relationship with the heartbeat also. The heartbeat also, for example, normal heartbeat is 72. So if you become angry, it will go to 110, 100, 110. So if you are going to depression slowly, so you maybe heartbeat is also coming down. And voluntary functions of the heart circulation also, it is not correctly functioning because of our thinking pattern and food pattern and lifestyle pattern. So all the voluntarily, whatever the factory setting he has done, God, we are intervening, we are coming in the way of that. That's why we have got diseases. And that is why we have got mentally not restlessness is there, everything is there. Number of breaths has to be utilized to a maximum level, then the health also will be very good. So there are people in the Himalayan valley, they are all called clairvoyants. The clairvoyants, there is a significant age is there for them. Even in this life, may not be possible to see for by ordinarily. Already certain level of yogic practice, if you do, you can also see that clairvoyant people. They live 200, 300, 400 years also they live, using the pranic energy very less for their livelihood. So we are wasting our pranic energy. Just like that, we are buying luxury things, now wasting our money. Similarly, we are wasting luxuriously our breath and heart rates. So if we become angry, so in a day, I have to use only 100 heartbeats. Example, if I say, if I have to use maybe 1 minute, 72 heartbeats, if I'm using it 80, 100, 120 and all, that means my age is coming down. So 72 means some level I will live, say 100 years I will live. So now when I am using at 80, 85, I may not live up to 100 years. I will come down. Similarly, the breathing is there. A normal breathing, it should be around 10 to 12 is there in the normal because of the modern lifestyle, but which has to be brought to 5 or 6 per minute. So that is called the Sahaja Pranayama. That means the Sahaja Pranayama is the equilibrium pranayama. That means, for example, when I inhale, start counting the inhaling duration. That is called start counting when I start inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means 4 counts I am inhaling. The duration of the inhalation is 4 counts. And also similarly, when I am exhaling also, when I start counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So when both are equal, that is called Sahaja Pranayama. So the counts 4 is there, and in between there is a Kumbhaka is there. Inhalation is called as Puraka and exhalation is called as Rechaka. And between two inhalations and exhalation, there is one Kumbhaka, retention of the air inside the lungs will be there. And that is when the air is inside, that is called retention. That retention is called Antarkumbhaka. When air is expelled, there is no air in the lung. At that time, it is called Bahirkumbhaka. So these are all the steps of the pranayama is there. But for a Sahaja Pranayama, we need not hold, or any beginner need not hold the breath. Our Antarkumbhaka, Bahirkumbhaka stages are not required. And even for achieving Atmajnana and if you want to become liberated, moksha, this is also not required. A Sahaja Pranayama completely is sufficient to do that. See, Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rechaka, Bahirkumbhaka. Puraka, Antarkumbhaka, Rechaka, Bahirkumbhaka. So this is the Hatha Yoga Pratipika is going to tell that you have to do in order to increase the length of the breathing cycle. If the breathing cycle is increased, number of breaths per minute will come down. If I am only 2 counts I am doing, for example, if I am counting 8, 4 and 4, 8 seconds, one count is 1 second. If I say 8 seconds, so 60 seconds, in 10 around 7.5, this one will be there. 7 breaths per minute will be there. If I do at 4, suppose I increase by 5 seconds inhalation and 5 seconds exhalation. So when I do that, what happens? 5 seconds inhalation and 5 seconds, 10 seconds it will happen. One breathing cycle. One breathing cycle is one inhalation, one exhalation put together is called one breathing cycle. So one breathing cycle, normally 4 seconds is Sahaja. So when you make it to 5, it will become 6 breathing cycles because 10 seconds one breathing cycle. In 60 seconds, 6 breathing possibilities are there. So when you achieve that 6 breathing, so that is called Sahaja Pranayama. So that level one should be doing that. So there is no kumbhaka, internal kumbhaka or external kumbhaka is not there in that pranayama. So that itself will create a lot of personality change, lot of metabolism change, lot of disease control, lot of intelligence, everything will come only by Sahaja Pranayama. Sahaja Pranayama, you have to do everything with the guidance of the Guru. Straight away, if you see yourself and do, you don't know what all the damages you are going to create within yourself. You may get BP, you may get headache, you may get catches in the muscles and joints and all those things, possibilities are there. Sufficiently a practiced practitioner. So that person only can tell you what has to be done, how it has to be done and all. So there are other varieties of pranayama. At the end of the class, I will be talking on that. We have to look into why Sahaja Pranayama is mentioned for Atmajnana. Atmajnana sadhana can be done only by Sahaja Pranayama. Sahaja Pranayama means around 6 breathings per minute. If you do that, that's sufficient. So if you go to Hatha Yoga Pradipika, up to 2.5 minutes also the people will do one breathing. So that means one inhalation and one exhalation and kumbhaka, antar kumbhaka, bahir kumbhaka all put together. That one long cycle up to 2.5 minutes people are going to do. So that is all Hatha Yoga. By that what they do and all these things. It is the siddhis. They want to do pavadas, siddhis and all those things for that required. They want to walk on water. They want to go into the fire. They want to levitate. All those things are there. These are all the siddhis they want to do. They do all those things. But for Atmajnana, for liberation, for moksha, these are all not required. So simple pranayama, Sahaja Pranayama is sufficient. This when we do the Sahaja Pranayama, Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha and Manomaya Kosha will be in harmoniously working and your metabolism will be normally, because if you do this type of breathing, what happens, the body, it knows what type of food it has to take also. Otherwise, we don't have control on our indriyas and mind also. Whatever food is offered, everything we start eating. When you become a perfect pranayama practitioner, even somebody offers the food, you may not take it because the liking is not there. Automatically it get drops. The food liking, what is pranic food only you like. Non-pranic food you don't like it. So like that, you will not be able to consume the, when you are earlier you may be consuming, now you may not be able to consume. Thereby your body comes to a shape. So obesity comes down, all other obesity related health problems also comes down. Everything happens, a benefit will happen. So Sahaja Pranayama is very much important. We have to look into that. Regulation of the breathing is very important. So straight away don't start by yourself. So when you want to do the breathing, you have to observe your breathing. When you are arguing with somebody, you have a concentration on your breathing, how the breathing pattern changes. You see that. When you want to sleep, your breathing slows down. Slow down, then only you can go to sleep. If our breathing is very high, you cannot go to a deep sleep, not possibilities are not there. Your eyes may be closed only temporarily, 5 minutes sleeping will be there and again you will get up. There is a mixture of getting up and sleeping is happening throughout the night without your knowledge because mind is already slept. So that is obstruction is there. Because of that, the getting up is also happening. The body is getting up, mind may not be getting up. So body is not getting rest. That's why next day morning you feel not, you are having a tiredness only because the breathing pattern has not properly corrected. Because of that only it happens. breathing is one of the important. Breathing, normally what we are doing is general breathing. It is a physiological breathing. All living beings will breathe. But when you regulate the breathing, it is called pranayama. Pranayama is not general breathing, is not called as pranayama. It is regulated. Then when it is regulated to the benefit of the Panchakoshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, these are all the personality sheets, personality layers. In order to do that and our health and everything for that purpose, and even for higher achievements of Atma Jnana, this pranayama, the regulation of the breath is required. So this is about how prana is going into that. So this 72,000 nadis are carrying the prana. For example, earlier in the village and all, people used to hold the nadi here. So the nadi they use today, they say call pulse. But earlier they have a nadi. So in that nadi only they will say, you have stomach pain, you have this headache is there, you have that is there, you are pregnant, you are not pregnant, everything by touching the nadi only, they are able to find. Their nadi shastrajnas are there, they are used to find. So whatever the action happens in the body, the pranic energy, the nadi functions, the pranic flow also get disturbed. So they know how the pranic forces are getting disturbed. By touching the nadi itself, they will say what pranic force is distracted and whatever happening. So immediately they will use to say. So that is how they become expert of the nadi shastra. Today many people are not practicing because the competition of the English medicine is there, Ayurveda is there, homeopathy is there, naturopathy, allopathy, so many things, Unani, and so many things are there. So because of this competition where money is there more, only Nadi Shastra people may believe, may not believe, many people may not be coming to that, and he may not be expert also, he may not be certified person. So that's why the other factors are increasing, and daily we consuming lot of medicines also. So because allopathy is mainly surviving on selling the medicines and making surgeries only. So whereas a naturopathy is not making anything, medicine and all will not be. The food itself is medicine. Control the food and do the good breathing, have a proper exercise. With that only you have to control. That's why it is called naturopathy. So we have spoiled our lifestyle because midnight also we go for dinner and so many things are there. We don't know when to sleep, when to get up. So all these things is disturbing the factory setting of the God for the body, whatever he has sent, either blood circulation system or nervous system or breathing system, any system is not properly functioning because of that. We have intervened in the automatic functions. So in order to come back to normalcy is called Sahaja. Sahaja means Sahaja health if it is sufficient. From the Sahaja health itself we can become Atmajnani or the Moksha can be had. We can have that also. So chronic, see earlier I said that once you catch the prana, pranic energy, pranamaya kosha is in between annamaya and manomaya kosha. So suppose you are getting angry, that means when you are able to see, observe, you are getting angry, then if you regulate your breathing, or when you are angry, your breathing is going to go high. So when you regulate the breathing, your angriness comes down. That means your manas also comes down. Manas and body vibrations also starts now. When you become angry, you are vibrating your body. So your body becomes reddish and face becomes reddish. All that also will come down. So just by regulating the prana. So that means prana means breathing, the pranic energy. So the pranic energy has got such an effect. So we are not taking it as seriously, and we go to all pranayama classes, left and on whatever Patanjali Yoga is teaching about 7 or 8 pranayamas. All these things we are doing, no doubt, but whether correctly we are doing or not, we have to find out. And also, a proper teacher is required. And when to inhale, what to do without struggling, you have to do. And if you have certain diseases already, BP, sugar, and all, certain pranayama should not be done. If you are a pregnant woman, you should not supposed to do. If you are having some other diseases, some pranayamas are not acceptable. So, in order to bring down to the simplicity, I always recommend Sahaja Pranayama, Sahaja Asana is sufficient. If you complex more at this age, it becomes difficult for us to remember all the things and do. So if you are able to do, you have been practicing asana from the childhood or after so many years, you can continue. If you are doing good pranayama, you can continue. But if you are not done, now you want to do, you better to do continuously. First at least Sahaja Pranayama, and when you achieve Sahaja Pranayama, then you can learn other pranayamas. Don't learn because it is available, somebody teaches you, and just like that, don't learn and make it yourself difficult. So maybe somebody asked you to do Bastrika or Kapalabhati, just like that. These are all called Kriyas, it is not pranayamas. So when you do that, immediately you may get breathlessness may be there, and subsequently your energy may be less or more. All those things can happen. Even after making Bastrika also, sometimes people may get less energy. It should be increasing the energy. The purpose of Bastrika is to increase the energy, vital force. So if properly not done, it will reduce the energy also. So a properly doing pranayama is very much essential. So in order to give you the whole pancha koshas to be monitored, means it is just like a table. A table, if you want to move, if you pull one leg, all the 3 legs also will come together. Along with the table, total table will come to your control by just pulling one leg. Similarly, if you are doing a pranic energy, that is pranamaya kosha management, if you do properly, all the other pancha koshas will come into its group, control. Totally all the panchakoshas will have a proper control only by pranamaya kosha if you start doing it. Even for meditation, if you want to do, if you are not having proper breathing techniques, proper breathing is not happening, the mind you cannot catch. Mind can be caught only by the prana. Not by, because mind is a matter, it is not touchable matter, it is feelable matter. So that is mind need to be controlled, means how you control it is only through prana. So even for thinking pattern, you need requirement of oxygen, requirement of prana is there. So if you want bad thoughts will be continuously coming, is there is a shortage of prana is there, bad thoughts are coming. If you increase the pranic flow more, the bad thoughts will vanish and the important vital thoughts will going to come in. Atma Jnana, all such knowledge is going to come in. So pranayama influences the mind. Mind has got 4 layers, all the 4 layers also will get increases. So if deep pranayama, there are some sadhakas are there, they do 3 hours, 4 hours also sadhana. At that time, you can rewrite your programming of whatever is there. Old karma, past karma also can be removed, then become jnani immediately, they become jnani. So all the sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, agami karma, everything can be, because the pranic energy has got a contact with the mind layers. It can go and it can remove, erase and rewrite the program. All the possibilities are there. So because of that, pranic force is very important. Pranayama is very important. Pranayama, sahaja pranayama only, first you have to learn, do that only, and not to have so much of other pranayama I want to learn, don't have that much urge if you are already crossed a certain age. If you are young, you can learn with a good practitioner. And if you see prana, whatever is happening, in lungs we have 5 chambers are there. Right side 3 and the left side 2 chambers are there. So indirectly, if I say, it is called pancha pranas. So there is pancha pranas are there according to Vedanta. So it is pancha prana means there are apana, vyana, udana, samana. All this is there. No, the pancha prana, mukhya prana is one. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. The pancha pranas are there. All this has a particular set of functions. Though we are taking air directly, it gets divided into pancha prana, and pancha pranas are going to operate. The hands has to operate certain things. Vyana, udana, samana, the digestion system has to happen. Vomiting or excretory system has to work, means this prana has to get distributed. Then only all the pancha prana, when properly working only, our health will be good. So pancha prana, where you are inhaling 5 pranas, no, only one prana that get distributed into pancha prana, and that pancha prana is the important function in order to maintain body and mind complex. So pranamaya kosha, that is why very important. So pancha pranas also very important. So most of our puja vidana, if you start, so they say pranayama vinyogaha, om bhuhu, like that, hold your nose, everything they will say. Pranayama vinyoga, you have to do some 10 or 20 pranayama, then only you start the sankalpa puja and all has to be done. So sankalpa, whatever we do is my mission statement, vision statement, everything will be reinforced along with prana. Then it will be remembered in the mind. It becomes an auto cycle. Continuously, when you make a same sankalpa more than 40 days, and that sankalpa you need not remember, your body remembers and all the pranic energy remembers. It will guide you what to do today morning, what to do. You need not, your mind is not reminding you what to do. So it is already embedded in the pranic force, and that pranic force will teach you what to do. So morning what you have to do, evening you have to do, all these things, it will be done automatically. So that means pranayama and sankalpa makes all such possibilities are there. So pranic energy is stored in our shariram. Where it is stored in the granthis, it will be stored. And in the granthis are also, it is stored along with that chakras also. There are 7 chakras are there. These are all called energy centers. So energy is stored, pranic energy, even in all the 7 chakras also it gets stored from root Mooladhara chakra to Sahasrara chakra. Mooladhara is at the spinal cord and between the hips. That is the starting point. Wherever the spinal cord end, it is happening from there only. The spinal cord is getting, and all the thing going up to the neck and head. There are 33 joints are there in the bone from the spinal cord to that. In between that, this pranic force and the nadis and the nerves, blood vessels, everything. If you see any TV or any of the electronic equipment, there may be lot of wires. Even in car also, lot of wires may be going. Finally, all the wires come to the battery as one. From there, it gets distributed to so many branches of the wire will happen. So similarly, this all the energy, it is going through 33 joints. In between, there is a spinal cord is going. In the spinal cord, a lot of other things also. Blood vessels are there, nervous system is there. So many things everything is going on. So that in that pranic energy is also flowing. So there only the pranic energies are stored in these 7 chakras. The 7 chakras are correlated to the hormones. For example, pituitary gland is there, Sahasrara is getting connected. Thyroid gland is there, Vishuddha chakra is getting connected. So like that, several chakras are getting connected to the individual hormone levels. If one of the energy center is not properly working, that hormone is not properly secreting, or it may be secreting too much hormones also. So the balancing of chakra energies, so that only makes our personality proper. So prana, whenever I am talking pranayama does all these things together. So you should know why pranayama is so much important. Pranayama does all these efforts at one place. By proper breathing, it happens. Otherwise, your chakra imbalance will happen. One chakra may be activated, another 2 chakras are switched off. So then it is difficult. Your mental thinking cycle may go, and your digestion may go out of control, or BP go up, or some other things, or diseases may come. So many things are possible to happen. So pranic force is to be regulated. It is just like in your sink, whatever the kitchen sink, if something is stuck in the pipe, water is not going. So then you are going to push, the pump is there, you are going to push, and all the kachana is going to clear the pipe, bottom pipe. So in our body also, pranic force is getting stuck in between the nadis, in between it is not moving to the required place. Somewhere it is getting stuck. So getting stuck because of the bad food, bad thought processes, bad thinking, and bad gunas, satvika guna, rajasika guna, and all these things are there. So there are bad gunas also, it will stuck up. So when it is stuck up, the required amount of energy is not there, and required amount of work is not happening in my life. Somebody is more successful, somebody is more calm, I am not successful though I have a lot of money. So that means all these are because of the prana. Prana management, if you are not properly doing, so it becomes difficult. So in order to having that only, Kundalini Shakti is called all the 7 chakras together, the Kundalini Shakti. But for Atma Jnana, for liberation, Kundalini Yoga is not required. Sahaja Pranayama alone is sufficient. But for special pavadas, special things, special siddhis, may be Kundalini required. So whereas the whole of Adhyatma is not talking about Kundalini. It is all talked in some other secondary text, not talked in the primary text of the Vedanta. So we need not so much obsessed with the Kundalini Yoga. Somebody teaches, I will go and I will make my pranic flow very good and all. More than this one, you may get harm. So Kundalini Yoga is like a powerful energy. If you don't know how to use, what is happening, all the world, all the countries, they have made a lot of weapons and they are not used, they are keeping it. So what is happening, the pressure creates between the country, because I am having weapon and I can control the next, expand my country and all. So they want to use the weapon. So whatever you have the energy, they have to use. Today Russia is emptying its this one, America and Western countries also giving support to Ukraine, and they are also using that energy, whatever they have built, the ammunitions and all. The Kundalini Shakti is also like that. If it is become elevated, and if we don't know how to channelize properly, it will destroy us only. So the energy cannot be simply uplifted without knowing. If you know, for example, you know only maybe some 50, 60 lakhs managing money may be there. Even that also at a time it comes, it may be difficult. Or somebody may be 1 crore, 2 crore, 10 crore. So if a 50 lakh rupees managing itself is not possible person, if you give 10 crores, what he will do? He will become nervous. So he don't know what to do. He will go and consult so many people. He may get lost also. There are so many people winning this Kaun Banega Crorepati. They have become footpath within 3 years. 5 crore rupees, some 2-3 people they have won. They have become care of footpath in 3 years. Because money has to be managed. Energy managing is not easy. See, managing failure is comparatively easy than managing success. Success is also an energy, and managing the failure is also an energy. So managing success, if you are not properly doing, it destroys me only. Similarly, Kundalini Yoga, when you make it Jagrati Kundalini, it is difficult, you will be get destroyed, and also you will get into a lot of troubles. Simply don't go, and there are a lot of quacks are there in the field, and they will tell, I will make your Kundalini up and become and all those things. After making up, what you will do? You don't know, then either you will destroy somebody or you will destroy yourself. If somebody is not available for destruction, it will work on you only, you will also get destroyed. So please be careful. Somebody says, I will teach you free of Kundalini and all, don't do. Even pranayama also, very carefully. First Sahaja pranayama, you should become an expert. After that only other pranayama you should learn. So with so much of complexity is there with the pranayama, that's why Patanjali has not taught too much about pranayama or even asana, because these are all required for so much additionally pavadas or something like that has to be done. No, for that only it is mentioned. Say, if we say, for example, in the wave, in the ocean, the wave is happening. The wave is somewhere it starts, somewhere at a long distance, a wave formation happens. It gets a momentum, it rises, and then it falls. It rises to a level and then stays there for some time and then falls, and again it gets into the water. It becomes normal water. There is no wave. So that means wave only, there is a rise, there is a stable portion going high is there, there is a fall is there. The falling also, after falling also, there is a stable water portion is there. So like that, even in our breathing, this happens. There is a rise, there is a stable period, and falling period and stable period is a continuous cycle is going to happen. And we should be very, very careful. Observation is called pranayama. Normal without observation, just like that breathing, it is only breathing. So when you observe your breath, it becomes pranayama. And if you regulate the prana, then it becomes ayama. Prana, ayama, regulation also happens. So, for example, if we see if you see the waves are going up and coming down, there are a lot of energy is getting wasted on the surface of the water. Whereas if you go 10 feet down, the same water is available inside also. It is not getting affected at also. The water is stable, it is not getting agitated, it is not getting this one. Only the surface level is getting agitated. Similarly, out of our interactions of the external world, we may get agitated. So we also should know the pranayama, when you start doing properly, your agitation level also will come down. So immediately you become calm. If you are a good practitioner of pranayama, you are not getting angry so quickly. So that is the first thing. Calmness is going to pervade. Even in your house, even in your workplace, everywhere it will be calmness is going to come. A deep breathing has to be understood. Sahaja pranayama. A deep breathing, what I am talking is, suppose if you are doing 12 breathings in a minute, it is a shallow breathing, or 15 breathings if you are doing, it is not deeply, you are not doing. It's all just like that, going in and coming out, it is happening. So when you come to 6 Sahaja pranayama, so when you becoming 6, that is called deep breathing is there. Further deep breathing going to 2 or 3, 1 only, or 2.5 minutes, one breathing and all is not required for all of us. If unless we do something, extra ambitions are there, that is a separate thing which we can discuss one-to-one separately, not at the general class. So pranayama is for a general well-being, it has to be done. It is a rhythmic breathing, one has to understand. So our rhythm is not there properly. So just like that, all of us, if you see the tortoise, so tortoise lives 200 years and a rabbit lives only 4 years or 12 years. The dog lives 12 years. That means the breathing is very heavy. We live about 100 years. Our breathing is slow. So each animal is separately breathing, and depending on that, the life is also there for that. So we have to have a slow breathing or deep breathing, and number of breathing has to come down. That is called pranayama. So that pranayama we have to practice. That pranayama is very important. See, I always said there is a kumbhaka is there, antar kumbhaka and bahir kumbhaka. Inhalation, and after inhalation the lungs will store the oxygen and immediately we can leave it. It is not necessary to hold kumbhaka at the beginning level. Kumbhaka and all required for the higher level of pranayama practitioner, therapeutic pranayama. Any disease is there, for that they may suggest you have to do like this and do. So for our Atma Jnana, for our moksha, Sahaja pranayama is sufficient. No kumbhaka is also required. So Krishna talks in Bhagavad Gita, the 4th chapter, 29th shloka, he talks. 1 minute, I will open. Apane juhvati pranam, prane panam tatapare, pranapana gati rudva pranayama parayanaha. Anta. So this is pranayama yajna. It is called as, similarly, that is what he is talking about. Pranayama should be not taken as light. It is pranayama yajna one should do. That is what he says. And the 5th shloka, 5th chapter also he talks about. In the 6th chapter also he talks more. So spashan krutva bahirbahyan chakshur shaivantare bhruvoho pranapano samau krutva nasabhyantara charinam. So that means what he says is, you have to sit in a proper place, disconnect from all your worldly things, at least for that 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and bring your eyesight or close your eye, and even the seeing should be in between the nostril. This tip is there, no, that has to be seen. All those things he is talking about pranayama. So even in the 6th shloka, 6th also adhyaya, lot of things he is talking about pranayama. So pranayama has to be understood in that. So pranayama, there are lot of varieties of pranayama is there. Kapalabhati, Vastrika, these two are called kriyas. It is not called pranayama. It is additional force is used. It is not normally, it is not done. So it is Kapalabhati is exhaling the air continuously. Vastrika is also inhaling the air like this when we are doing Vastrika, that is also there. So these are all two kriyas are called as kriyas. Vibhagiya pranayama, it is called sectional breathing, it is there. That is called ma breathing, it is called as. So the A means in the stomach we are filling the air. U means we are filling the stomach in the mid region, below the chest level. We are above the stomach level. That cavity will be filled. And the shoulder level, above the chest level. So that will be the ma filling. That is called sectional breathing. So for that sectional breathing, there are a lot of postures are there, lot of mudras are there. Along with that only we have to do, so that what happens, certain particular mudra is required for particular variety of pranayama. All mudras also we have to learn. Mudras are making, for example, this is called Chinmaya Mudra, Chin Mudra. So this is Chin Mudra, if you say, if you fold this, it becomes a Chinmaya Mudra. So if you do this Adi Mudra, like that, so many things are, mudras are there, hand gestures. So that hand gestures are very important. And along with that only, the pranayama has to be done, because it takes the air to the required position, required place, only by through that mudra only. So that is Kapalabhati Kriya is there, Vastrika is there, Vibhagiya, that is sectional breathing is there, Sukha or Sahaja Pranayama, which I am telling, that only you need to practice continuously. That is one of the thing everyone has to practice that. Chandranuloma, Suryanuloma is the right nostril breathing and the left nostril breathing. Nadi Shuddhi, or it is called as Anuloma Viloma Pranayama. So taking the breath from one nostril and leaving in the other, and taking the breathing from the other nostril and leaving in the first. So that is one cycle is called Anuloma Viloma Pranayama or Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. It is there. Ujjayi Pranayama is there. We are constricting the here, and then the air has to be expelled from the lungs with this one. That is called Ujjayi Pranayama. Shitali Pranayama is there. So Shitali Pranayama, you are closing the tongue and this also not your teeth, and you are breathing through the mouth. Ujjayi also breathing, exhaling through the mouth also, and certain portion into nose also it will go. Sitkari Pranayama is also by mouth. Sadanta Pranayama is also by the mouth. These three are mouth pranayamas, breathing through the mouth. It is cooling the body. So that is why such pranayama is there. And Brahmari Pranayama is there. Brahmari Pranayama is the humming sound of a bee. If you see the honey bee humming sound is there, no? That humming Brahmari, that honey bee itself is called Brahmari. That sound when you are making breathing, it has to come. You have to hold this and then hold and then exhale. Here you are pressing the nostril area. In between the nostril area, here and here, there are two flat bones are there. So when the flat bone, if you are constricting and then passing through the air, that, so the oxygen converts into the nitrous oxide. So the nitrous oxide, what happens? It gives a relief to the all your stress portion, everything will get released. But continuously nitrous oxide, if you do more also, it is dangerous. So nitrous oxide formation happens just by the Brahmari Pranayama, and that's why you get lightened, all of a sudden you get lightened head, lightened body, everything will come. So the Brahmari Pranayama is there. Brahmari Pranayama, so like this, so many pranayamas are there. So this all has to be taught only by contact people, we cannot only show by this one, and today lot of videos are there, I will learn from that. It is difficult. Each person has to first discuss what is the health problem is there, BP is there, sugar is there, and all the, accordingly whether you can do it or not do it, everything has to be done. And for example, this Chandranuloma, Suryanuloma, that is right nostril breathing, left nostril breathing. So in one nostril, if you start breathing, your BP increases. So unknowingly, if you are breathing only in that nostril, your BP is increasing. If you are breathing in the other nostril, it will be cooling down your body. So you may get cold cough also, you can come. So body can get heated up also, body can be cooled up also. So it all has to be understood, then only that pranayama has to be learnt. Pranayama has to be taught according to your personality, your health condition and all. So Brahmari pranayama is there. Apart from that, in order to have this all breathing track properly cleaned and kept, there are other kriyas also is called Jalaneti kriya is there. You are passing through the water from this nostril and bringing and cleaning and throwing away, and you are again putting water in this and bringing and cleaning through that other nostril. So Jalaneti is there and Sutraneti is there. There is a rubber band will be there. So you will be passing from one nostril and bringing into the other nostril, and then it will be from the inside the mouth you are taking and making like that. So that is also cleaning of the respiratory tract has to be done. Otherwise, the cleaning of the respiratory tract is not happening. These are all required for the higher level sadhana. So just I am telling you what all there. You need not practice all these things. It is, but I do Jalaneti, Sutraneti, I do that. Brahmari and other things also I do. But for you, Sahaja Pranayama is sufficient. So if you are able to continue to learn the Sahaja Pranayama properly, then at that point of time you can learn this also. It may give additional health benefits are there. So Dauti, Vamana Dauti, Vastra Dauti, Danda Dauti, all these things also certain, the cloth will be taken into that nostril portion and all it will be cleaned also, that is also there. Nauli is there. So you are holding your intestinal portion sucked inside, and then you are rotating towards left, towards right and towards the center. So that is called Dakshina Nauli, Vama Nauli, Madhyama Nauli. Like that Nauli Kriya is there. Udyana Bandha is there. Bandha means not only Kumbhaka, the air can pass in the Navarandras. So Navarandras are there. The two nostrils is two randhras. The mouth is one randhra and two ears are there, and the excretory two randhras are there. So, and even in the eyes also. So 9 randhras. So 9 randhras or 9 holes are there. Air can go somewhere. So it cannot go like that. You are going to control. These are all called bandhas. There are several types of bandha. Only 1 or 2, if you are holding one name will be given, like that it is there. It is called Udyana Bandha, Agnisara Kriye, Naulik Chalana Kriye, Shanka Prakshalana Kriye. All these things are there. Apart from that, Surya Namaskara is also a pranayama. Like it will happen, pranayama also will happen, because inhale and exhale systematically a 12 set will happen. One pranayama proper, one Surya Namaskara if you properly do, there are 6 cycles of pranayama is going to happen. So that's why it will improve your health. So it will come to the Sahaja Pranayama. So that is all about on the pranayama methodologies and all. So scientific breathing process. Pranayama means it is a control, oxygen has to exchange. In the lungs, what is happening? Carbon dioxide has to be exchanged and the blood has to get purified. If I am doing a shallow breathing, only the chest breathing if I am doing, so the sufficient amount of oxygen is not available for the blood and blood get impaired, and because of that lot of disease will come. We only go on eating tablets and medicines. It will not help unless you have to learn this. So apart from that, it also nervous system it activates. Auto nervous system is there. When Sahaja Pranayama happens, auto nervous system will be working. There is sympathetic nervous system is there, and there is parasympathetic nervous system also is there. For example, you are a dog is chasing you, you start running. Who teaches? The sympathetic, parasympathetic, not auto system only will come into picture. It will ask you to run, and breathing also will happen fast. And certain thinking when you are doing the sleeping, the breathing can go up or breathing can come down also. So this is all sympathetic nervous systems is controlling that. So when you do proper pranayama, all this auto nervous system also will be more activated. And if you want special pranayamas, special sympathetic nerves can be also activated. For that only it will be given. So for us, I am again and again telling it is only Sahaja Pranayama is sufficient. Don't complex yourself. The life should not be, even asana also I am telling Sahaja. If you are doing Sahaja asana means sitting asana is there. Rest of the things, joint exercises and all, if you are happening, that is sufficient. So 15 minutes of pranayama, morning and evening or 3 times a day may be good. So in that one cycle 6 pranayamas you can do. In 15 around 100 pranayamas you can do. So 100 pranayama, that is called 15 minutes. Why it is set like that? Pranayama is a separate exercise. Meditation is a separate exercise. Before meditation also we do pranayama. That is totally an uncontrolled pranayama. It is here, it is a breathing is patternized. There it is a normal breathing observation is happening. That also looks to like pranayama, but two are different exercises. Pranayama is different, meditation is different. No doubt when you do meditation, prana also is going to get affected or it is improving and all. But it is mainly you are doing meditation, not you are not doing pranayama. So pranayama precautions you should always see is you should sit in a clean place. Not dust is there, smoke is there, pollutants are there, filthy things are there, smelling things are there. You should not sit in such positions. And you should sit also in a considerably smooth and little soft surface. So that is required for making pranayama. Pranayama, empty stomach only you should do, not with the full stomach. Or after food means 1.5 hours you have to give gap. Then only you have to do the pranayama. And in order to get proper benefits of that pranayama, these are all the rules and regulations has to be done. After bath, if you do the pranayama, it is more useful. It is all the nervous system get enlarged after bath, and the pranic flow will go very quickly and very energetic it will be there. That's why after bath also is recommended. It should be rhythmic. Only by nose only you have to do the breathing. Sometimes we do unknowingly we are breathing in the mouth or we are breathing only in one nostril without our knowledge. So both the nostril breathing has to happen. Then only we will not become absent-minded professors. So when I am thinking somewhere only one nostril breathing is happening. So if I want to be aware, present moment and presence of mind if it is required. Equilibrium breathing, both nostril breathing has to happen. Otherwise, it will not be, both nostril will not be happening. You are getting absorbed this one. So what are the side effects or the benefits of the pranayama? You should also have pranayama controls aging. So that means you look young. When you do more pranayama, more this one, you look young. No creams are required. Your skin glows from inside. The external skin glowing, only when you remove the makeup, the glow of the skin also goes, and the chemical also is working on the skin, and skin texture also, and the shine of the natural skin also goes through your makeup. So whereas pranayama from inside blood vessels is going to encourage the skin. Skin is nourished from inside with more oxygen and food, proper food if you are eating, the aging process will come down. Pranayama makes oxygen circulation smooth. That means for the lungs, the oxygen blood has to get exchanged. Pure blood is to be more. So for that good quality of oxygen, lungs should fill fully. 5 to 6 liters of oxygen should be fully available for the blood exchange inside the lungs. That has to be there. And if you properly do, your weight also regulated. What is your body weight is to be there, to that level it will come. Excess weight, excess fat, it will burn and melt off. Oxygen burns excess fat also. That is also an advantage is there. When you do proper pranayama, mind functions alertly, and you need not repeat some of the listening, repeat the reading, immediately it get absorbed. So that means thereby your intelligence and efficiency increases. So the body becomes light. For example, each one of us, say for example 60 kg is there. Are you feeling 60 kg? And you are walking on the road. You are going up the steps. You are not feeling the body weight. Otherwise, you hold 10 kg of rice or 5 kg in this hand and 5 kg in this bag. You see that 5 kg in lifting, how much difficulty you are facing. Whereas the 60 kg you are doing like that. That means when you do good pranayama, there is a udana prana is there. Prana, I said pancha prana. That udana prana acts as a buoyancy against the gravity. Otherwise, gravity is going to pull us. So this udana prana lifts us from this one. That's why we can't feel that 60 kg or 80 kg or whatever is there. If you are feeling, this means udana has come down. Because of that only I feel my body is weight, I am lethargic and all is happening. So good pranayama makes you elevate and float. So that is another important thing of the pranayama. It makes your body light. Your body will not become heavy for you. So when it is becoming heavy means good oxygen supply is not happening to your body. That is why your body is looking heavier. And also it removes lot of diseases. And so many internally bacteria, all so many things are there, and pranic energy struck up is there. Because of that we get diseases. All those diseases also will go. And all the nutritions will get properly absorbed. That means you get proper nutrient, whatever you eat, in that a lot of nutritions not absorbed because of bad pranayama. When you do good pranayama, all the food, minerals, vitamins, everything will get absorbed and your body will become healthy. So that is the advantage of that. So lungs expansion and lungs contraction, when it is happening, all the muscles will be under control. So muscles will get required amount of blood and oxygen. So it will be keeping you healthy. And also when you do proper pranayama, blood pressure and heart diseases will be less. Blood pressure under control, heart diseases will be less when compared to a non-pranayama making person. And digestion also will be good. And all this cold, cough, phlegm or whatever it is coming, tonsillitis problems, that also automatically will get reduced when you practice continuously the pranayama. And also, if you are having bleeding gums and bleeding teeth is there, even the pranayama, when you properly do, and sadhanta pranayama, sitali pranayama, sitkari pranayama, when you do all these things, and your teeth bleeding also, gum bleeding also will come down. Pranayama brings calmness in the mind and stillness in the mind. It increases your focus. It increases your concentration of that. So pranayama, so much benefit is there. Pranayama is good for physical, mental and spiritual happiness. So if you want to be happy in life, good pranayama makes you more happier, more livelier in life. And it is avoids constipation and indigestion problems. Most of the things are there. Constipation and indigestion problems also, it will be solving. So it is supporting automatic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. So by that it is reducing the stress, anxiety and tension. It will not be there. So it will reduce. So it eases out depression. Even if you are in depression, dullness and lethargy is there, it will be bringing you away from lethargy, bringing you away from dullness, bringing you away from depression. So these are all the benefits are there for pranayama. So much benefits are there. Sahaja pranayama alone is sufficient to give you all these benefits. This is about pranayama, and so many varieties of pranayama is there. You have seen in the videos and other things. I do want to teach you one-on-one or one-on group physically at some point of time. Let us see how it can be done. If a proper camera person is there, even it can be done on online also. With this, I am going to conclude today's talk on pranayama. Prana, if it is there only, we are living. The first activity in our birth, we are inhaling, and the last activity in our life is we are exhaling. In between, we are living. The first inhalation and the last exhalation, in between is our life. If there is no prana, that is why we call dead body. Prana has gone. People will say, the body is same. Immediately prana has gone. See, prana in that when you are going one by one, prana also will go. Pancha prana is there. Samana, it maintains, correlate that samana, udana. But I am telling you, one of the prana will make your blood temperature, body temperature. The moment the prana has gone, the body temperature maintenance, samana or udana, I have forgotten that. I am going to tell you what is the importance of that pancha prana. So it is maintaining the blood in hot condition, then only the blood is flowing. When blood is cooled, it becomes thick, it cannot flow. So when prana has gone, one of the pancha prana will also go. And when prana has gone, udana also is not working. Udana is making you against gravity. Though I was having 60 kg, and after the dead body, it looks to be very heavier. The weight remaining same, but it looks to be heavier because it is not acting against gravity by itself. So whereas a lay person is acting against the gravity by himself, and any person lifting him will not feel the weight. He is also cooperating indirectly. Even a sick person moving from one place to another place, nurses will be knowing, doctors will be knowing. A alive person, his body still cooperates against this one. Moving him is easy. A dead body becomes a very dead weight. So udana is missing, samana missing, the blood becomes thick like it is happening. And similarly, so many other pancha pranas are there. One mukhya prana gone, breathing itself is gone. the respiratory system is not working. So like that, digestive system is not working in apana. Apana means when it is there, the last whenever is there, either people will urinate and or excrete, because that is the last purging happens. Last purging happens because of that. That's why the body is given a bath before cremating. So as far as possible, pranayama, I have given you the justice of the class and so much information which is required by to know. And with this, I am going to conclude today's talk. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavit. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.